Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today I'm starting the new series where I will be doing a walkthrough of the newest project I made, where I recreated a whole campaign from Knights and Merchants, the Shattered Kingdom, in Armies of Exigo. So if you didn't see the trailer or the release video, I will put the links in the description so you can watch that. So as I already explained in the release video, here we will just open the folder and we'll select the first mission. I'm doing the English version of this, so if you would like to see the Czech version as well, also with Czech commentary, I will put a link in the description to another channel where my brother will be actually doing the Czech walkthrough, so you can also check it there. It will probably he'll not upload it like immediately, but eventually it should be there. So the Czech version will be there, but we will be playing the English version here. So as I mentioned in the last video, you don't have to set up anything here, so we'll just click start. In the beginning there will be an animation, so I will just mute myself and I will let you listen to it. So let's start.
The traitors' henchmen have succeeded in breaching our defenses. The fortress has fallen, and shouldst thou not drive out the scoundrels, the kingdom shall be lost, and the throne robber shall triumph. To thy weapons!
Okay, so that was the beginning animation, and right now we are starting the mission. So basically the first thing that we have here is opening fight. So we'll have to defend ourselves with this militia. That's the weakest fighting unit we have, but we have a lot of them, so we'll be able to defend us easily. And I will also start making some peasants and archers here. I will explain more things after the fight is finished, so first I will retreat my units to those towers, so we are using the offensive power here as well, and maybe send some more militia here, so we can easily defend ourselves. And as you could saw, there were actually two enemies, the blue one and the yellow one, so we are playing 1v2 in this mission. But as you will see later, it's going to be actually pretty easy. I mean, it's the first mission, so we cannot expect anything too complicated here. So we successfully managed to defend ourselves, so now I will just group up my buildings and units and also maintain my peasants production. Also keep in mind that the maximum population in this mission is 100, so you don't have to build that many farms, only like 3 or 4 I think. And once we hit the 100 mark, we will stop creating more farms. There are no upgrades in this mission in blacksmith, so also don't have to worry about that. And actually we can create a militia here and archers, but as you can see, archers cost gems and you cannot mine them in this mission, so you have only 300 in the beginning, and you just can make 20 archers, and after that you won't be able to make any more of them. So definitely want to start making them immediately, because they have a recruit time of 35 seconds, while the militia can be created instantly in this mission, so we want to use this time for our archers. Also, as you could saw there in the left corner, there was a message that came here. All those texts, yeah, the beginning animation, quests and everything. All those messages are original from the Knights and Merchants campaign. So I didn't have to make any of this from scratch. All this is copied. So you can of course read through it. They are just telling us that we should make more units pretty fast, or will be defenseless, against enemy attacks. So that's what we are doing right now, so that should be okay. And right now I think it's also the good time to start making farms. As you can see, I also ran out of wood, so probably a quite good idea to start harvesting some trees a little bit earlier than I did here. And maybe we can return. So of course I will want to make 10 peasants on my gold fields, so we have enough resources. And once we accomplish that, we can actually also start attacking, because as I mentioned, there are two enemies. There is the blue one and the yellow one, and the blue enemy won't actually attack us. He's also not making any units, he just has a small army there, army of X-Men, so we'll have to attack them and kill them, so that should be pretty straightforward. Also, I will try to explain the units here a little bit. So we have the militia, which is the weakest unit, and then we have X-Men and Archer in this mission. Also, the yellow enemy has some pikemen. All of those units are pretty weak units. You have like 2 levels of units in this campaign or in this whole mode. Where you have the baseline units, which are the X-Men, Archer, Pikeman, and also Scout. And then you will have an elite units, which are an equivalent to Iron units in Knights and Merchants. So if you ever played Knights and Merchants, it might help you to understand how this whole system works. But basically, as I mentioned, you have like 2 groups of those weaker units and stronger units, and then you have the militia, which is like a super weak unit. It's just to have lots of weak units, but won't be too effective in a fight. Also, this mission is a little bit special because, as I mentioned, you can create militia in your barracks. In all other missions, you will be creating X-Men at this position, and militia will be created by transforming your peasants. So you will have an extra ability here, and if you click it, it will just transform the peasant to militia. Yeah, he will just grab his weapon and go attack enemies. But once you transform your peasant, you won't be able to transform him back. So you have to be really careful with that. Otherwise, you will just transform all your peasants, and you won't be able to harvest your resources. And then you will probably have to spend some more time creating new peasants, and it won't be too effective. So I think this is quite good army now. So once I finish this archer, I will just spam some instant militia, and also I will start creating my groups. We saved 5 X-Men, so that's also pretty good. There is no healing in this mission, so we'll just have to use our injured units, but again, shouldn't be too big of a problem. And you have some free space here behind this bridge, so we can definitely go there immediately. Now I will create some of these instant militia, as I mentioned, and also 1 archer in the end. So again, we are using our time the best way we can.
Where is evil hiding?
So I will just add my archers to 1 group. Here we have 1 full group of militia. Here we can create 1 more group with the X-Men that have left here and that are left here, and this will be the rest. So we have 5 groups. Of course, they are not full, but it should be definitely enough. And I will also set my rally point on 1 of my archers, so we can easily bring more units during the fight. Right now, I think we can attack the blue enemy. Also keep in mind that in this mission you cannot build barracks, so those are the only barracks you have. That's why I'm creating with this system here, when I'm using time to create archers and then spending all resources on militia. And we can go either way. If you go this way, we will have to kill some yellow enemies first, but here are some blue X-Men, so I will start with this. As you can see, here they are. Maybe a good idea to bring archers back so they don't get killed. And I will just tank the damage with my militia, because militia is not that precious. He might also come with some more X-Men, but he also has a small town in the north, so definitely he'll be defending him there. And there are also some cliffs, so yeah, so you can shoot the yellow enemies from here with your archers, but I will just attack them in the back after we finish the blue enemy. And of course, you want to maintain your archers production.
We're under attack.
Actually, the yellow enemy attacked me, so I will just kill his archers first. There are also some pikemen, I believe, but obviously they are not fighting back here. Here they are. So I will just put them and kill immediately as well. I believe this should be everything. So after we finish them, then we can continue to the blue town, because it's much easier to defeat it. But of course, as I mentioned, the yellow enemy is making some soldiers, so maybe you want to kill him first, so you stop the unit production, but doesn't really matter where you attack first.
What is your charge?
You can also bring some more archers here, and yeah, here are the blue X-Men, so I will just attack them, bring back my archers, and easily tank all my damage. As you can see, archers have levels, so you can still get your auras that will be buffing all of your units, so that's also pretty useful. It's actually quite fast to level up your units here, so definitely we want to make a good use of it. And again, we can create some more militia, because as you can see, it's just dying super fast, because X-Men are, as I said, they are one of the weaker units. There they are in the weaker section, weaker half, but in comparison to the militia, they are pretty strong. So yeah, that's basically everything here. He doesn't have any more soldiers, so I will just run into middle of his town and then attack move here, so we can kill everything. This mission is pretty easy. Your enemy, I think he will attack you, the yellow enemy will attack you after some time, but you would have to be, I don't know what you would have to be doing here, because it would take him super long time before he attacks you, so you can easily win this before he attacks. As you can see, here is the quest completed, objective, destroy all forces of Valheim. Valheim was the blue enemy. And now we have to kill the Baron of Lauenburg, which is the yellow enemy. Again, all those names are originally from the original campaign in Knights and Merchants: The Shattered Kingdom.
I am here, my lord. What needs to be done?
So also, if you want to check your quests, you can go up here where the question mark is, and if you click it, you will see the quest. So King Carol's Hope, Last Hope, that's the name of the mission. And here are some descriptions. You can see what we have already accomplished. That's done, and this is the second half we have to complete. So we have to destroy the town of Baron of Lauenburg. So we will continue this way. You can create some more soldiers, but I don't think you really need a full population to kill this. So let's just straight up attack him. As you can see, he has lots of pikemen, but of course they are mainly effective against horses, scouts and knights. So that shouldn't be too big of a problem against my militia. X-Men are stronger against militia, so it's actually pretty good that he doesn't have too many of them. And even though he killed most of my militia, I still have all of my archers, so I should be easily able to finish him. He probably has some more soldiers here, but shouldn't be too big of a problem. It actually seems like he doesn't have any more soldiers. We only have to destroy the barracks, so he doesn't create any more of them. And after that, we will just destroy all buildings, and we will win the mission. He actually created one more archer here, but he died immediately. Actually, one interesting thing here is that he actually has a gem mine in his town. So after you create your 20 archers, You could actually potentially destroy this town, create an expansion here, and before destroying the blue enemy, you could mine more gems here and create more archers. But of course, there is like no point to do that because you can easily win it without it. And yeah, so this was the first mission. As you can hear, there is also the winning sound that you always hear in Knights and Merchants when you win a mission, so also same here. If you lose, there will be a losing sound from Knights and Merchants as well. There are some final statistics. I mean, I don't know if there is something interesting, probably not. You usually don't want to look at resources because they are starting with 10,000 of each, so probably not too important. Largest army, he still had more soldiers, but we definitely killed more. Everything just pretty decent. So yeah, that was the first mission. I hope you enjoyed it, and of course, again, I would really like you to play the campaign. I would want you to play the campaign for yourself, because of course that's the main point of creating those missions, so everyone can enjoy them by playing them yourself. But of course, if you want to watch my walkthrough, I will be really happy too. And if you get stuck at some mission, you can easily come here and see how I managed to defeat the mission. So next time we will take a look at the second part, and yeah, take care guys.